Today in this video we are going to learn about the timer and the more concepts of the timer. In the last video we have seen how to use the set timeout and the set interval, and based on that one like we are going to be checking the conditions and the other thing, like we have seen that how to start a timer and how to stop a timer. Okay, timer also starting and stopping the timer. Now in this one, like we will create one small thing, like yesterday I have told you creating the OTP. Okay, that box we are going to create today. Before that one, yesterday we have seen that the starting and starting of the timer and stopping of the timer. Now in this one, I just we will add some of the things like two to three buttons. Like one is going to be start and stop, and the third one is the reset. So in our, like in the mobile phones, we have seen that how to make the timers and other things and all the things, like starting the timer and stopping the timer, like that. Okay, without wasting the time, we'll start this one. Like, okay, start timer. Okay, and then button, then okay, stop timer, and then button again, reset. Here I will pass ID as reset. Again, here also we'll pass IDs to stop. That's it. And here also ID is to start. STA, okay, start, stop, and reset. Now I will take these things, and here I will use the document dot get element by ID, document dot get element by ID of start, and I will add event listener. Okay, in this one it will accept three things, but one is the uh, not mandatory, like a boolean. Here I will pass click. See, okay, click, and then I will copy paste the entire thing. Okay, copy, and then paste another two times, and here I'll just copy this top and then paste, and then again for the reset also I will copy, and again I will paste. Now I need to create three functions. One is the starting function, and one is the stopping function. So for that reason I will take this one. Yesterday we have written the same thing, that is the same thing. I'm just making the small changes in that one. So start timer. Okay, start timer, and then paste this one, and here the global variable is not work here inside the function scope. So for that reason I will create one timer here as outer directly, so we can use later on that whenever we required. And then again function, so stop timer. Okay, and then like this, just scroll down, that's it. Okay, this timer can be used anywhere now. Hmm. Okay, three things completed. Okay, last another function I need to create, that is the function. Okay, function reset timer, that's it. And then next here in this one, what I will do, if suppose if the user clicks on direct on reset button, so then also we need to clear the interval. So at the time also we need to clear this one, so clear interval. Okay, now in this case we don't require this one, so here also I will remove this line. Okay, okay, or else I will keep this one, but I will remove this timer so that it should not be get confusing. And then apart from here what I need to do, count equal to 0, and then here copy this one and again paste here. Okay, and then after that copy this function's name here, paste, and then again the same thing, like stop timer, that's it. And then here the same thing for reset timer. Okay, and we will go back to the browser and we will check that what it's going to print. Okay, I will refresh this document. Okay, I think the document has been expired. Now it's working. You can see here whenever I'm going to click on the start timer, the timer has been already started, but there is no end for the timer. That means it goes on till the infinite. So if you want to in your mobile phone also, so suppose you want to check the timer is working or not, something like that, then what you will do, you will having the timer something like this, but having good css and other thing. But here I haven't added the css and other thing. Now in this one, like when the user clicks on the stop timer, okay, the timer should be stopped, but whatever the time is there, it should be there only. Suppose if I click on this one once again, so it's happening, it's going on continuously. That means our code whatever we have written, that is correct. But suppose when I click on this reset, okay, it will become zero. Okay, see here, it will become zero now, and it won't start once again. Why? Because we have written that clear interval once again. And here based on that user actions, whenever if he clicks on this one start timer, then only it is going to start. So like this it's going to be work and all the other things. And you can see the clear code I have written here. Okay, I will just close this one, these two things, they are not required currently at this moment. So we have seen this one yesterday already. And I think those who don't know how to use this timer, this timer variable, so it's a global scope, or what is the script scope, variable scope, and some other things there, many things are there. So if you are not aware of this one, then just go to the Google, or else go to my previous video and check there, like how to use this one. Okay, now in this one what we have did here, I have created the three functions. Okay, firstly I have created the three functions. One is the start timer, stop timer, and reset timer. Inside the start timer, the set interval, yesterday we have already seen how to use that one. Okay, I had just wrapped inside the function. Okay, and then what I did, the whatever the content is going to change, that content should be display on the HTML. So for that reason, I have taken this span tag and using a tag name. Okay, like that. This line has been completed now. Now this stopper function, okay, inside this, if you remove this set timeout, that's fine. This clear interval, what it is going to do, it is going to stop that particular interval. Means if the interval I had told you, right, this interval is going to be running for the infinite. But if you want to stop at somewhere, then you can click on the stop button. Then what is going to happen, it's going to be stopped. If you want to reset, you can reset also. Count is equal to 0, where the content is going to be changed here directly. And then apart from this one, we have written the document.getElement by ID as start, whatever the ID name is there, that we have written, and then add event listener, click, and stop timer and start timer. Instead of this add event listener in the HTML, you can directly write on click is equal to this start timer. That's it. So that also work as the same thing. So now up to now we have seen how to use the timer and other thing. Now okay, up to this one we have seen. Now in the next in the continuation of this video, what we are going to do, we are going to be learning the creating that OTP with that particular CSS. So I will just pause the video and I will write the CSS. Why? Because it will take little bit of time to write the CSS, and the content of the video that will become more longer. So for that reason I will just pause this video and I will write that CSS, and then I will show you. Okay. Now I have made a slight changes in the HTML code. So here I just added the CSS and I have linked the CSS file. You can see the linking of the CSS file. And then apart from this one, here inside this div, okay, here inside this div, what I did, so I kept as a class name as box, and then h2 as OTP verification, and input type is to text, and ID is to OTP, and placeholder is to enter OTP. Okay, and button is to send OTP button, and then send OTP, something like that I have written. Okay, and then apart from this one, the button is to, by default I have made it as disabled. Okay, but we will make changes in the JavaScript directly. Now inside this one, okay, I will open the CSS file. You can see the CSS file, and you can just pause this video and write like whatever the base you want, or else create your own that box. Okay, and then you can see the buttons and the other thing, and the timer and all the other things I have written. Now we will write the JavaScript, but we will see what's the UI currently it's printing. Okay, it's printing fine, and nothing is working. Why? Because this is just a dummy thing, like it's a plain CSS and HTML. That's it. Welcome to BitByBit-Code and OTP verification. That's it. Now this error you can see, this is why, because we haven't updated our JavaScript because of that. Okay, I will remove all the entire code now, and from scratch I will write, and you can see there is no error. First, the thing is what we need to do in the sense, I will keep the things side by side. Okay, I will keep these things side by side so that it can be easily seen, and it can be easily write the IDs and class name so that it should not be mistake. Now the first thing we are going to take, that we need to extract the ID and the classes. The first thing that we need to extract, that is the resend button. Okay, resend button I will take, so that it can be easy later I can write. Now document dot get element by ID. Okay, ID is to that button name, I will keep it as same. And the second thing, that send OTP button, that I need to take here. Let that button name, and then document dot get element by ID of this send OTP button. First thing that we have written properly, and the third thing, that is the timer display. Okay, here the timer display, and here we need to display this timer also, right? So for this one, I will, okay, I will keep it as paragraph only. It will be little bit. I will make that font size bigger. So timer. Okay, so it is going to display. Now I think it's fine. Document dot get element by ID of this timer. That's it. And then later, apart from this one, we will see like what are the things we need to add. The first thing that we require, that is the count. Okay, the count value somewhere we need to store. Okay, count down, or else you can say count. Okay, everything is fine. Now okay, I will keep it as countdown only, so that it should not be thinking again. Count. Okay, countdown, and then later, okay, this send OTP button dot add event listener, and then inside this listener, click option, and then I will create the function now. And then here also same thing, resend button. Okay, dot add event listener of click. I have previously, I have told you half of the things we have completed, just we need to make the small changes inside this one. So I will create the function as okay, start timer. Okay, I think it's fine. Previously also we have created the same thing. Oh, now inside this one, the first thing, start, instead of the start timer, that is previously we have written the same thing, right? For now we are creating for the OTP. So start OTP timer. That's fine now, I think so. The first thing that I will create one this time left. Okay, that time left is equal to 30 seconds. Why? Because in the timer is based on 30 seconds only. Whenever the OTP we are getting, that is for only for the 30 seconds. Okay, and then now resend button dot disabled disabled is equal to true. Okay, disabled is equal to true. I'm creating the function previously it is what we can say, by default it's a disabled, so I'm writing spelling wrong, D I, yes, ABLED. Now I think it's correct. Now what we are going to do in this one, so we are storing the resend button as by default as true. That means it's a disabled. Now whenever it's getting false, then only it can be converted to the this one false. Okay, this disable is true. That means we can't click on this button. Now when it becomes false, at that time we can click on this button. Now we'll write the next thing. So resend button dot disable, that's fine. Now timer, okay, timer display, and then okay, we need to change the text content also. Inside this text content is equal to uh, now time left. Okay, that whatever the time has been left, that we need to print here. So for that time left, so what I will do, I will use the backticks and I will write inside this one like resend, rec and resend OTP in this particular time, dollar sign, curly brace, and then again close this one. That's it. Now up to this one we have completed. Now after this one we need to clear the interval also. After the 30 seconds, the timer need to be like clear, right? So for that one, clear interval. So clear interval of countdown. Okay, countdown I have written here and it need to be converted here properly. Now up to now this is fine. Now this countdown, okay, countdown need to be set. Countdown need to be set. Okay, here okay, I will use the set interval. Okay, now inside the set interval, the time left, whatever the time is left, that should be time left. What is the time? Okay, time left minus minus. It should be goes on minus minus. Okay, that means it should be like it will get to know. And then timer. Okay, here also we need to send once again. So I will just copy this one. Okay, and then I will paste. That's fine. OTP resend OTP resend OTP after this particular piece of time. Now I will check it's been working or not. Okay, arguments. Yeah, that I haven't passed the argument here. That's why it's getting failed. Okay, I will check later. Now inside this one, if the timer timer goes on like if it is goes up to 0, then what I will do, I will make it as I will clear that interval once again. If okay, time left less than or greater than or equal to 0, less than or, then what we need to do, clear interval, okay, of countdown, and then again inside this one the timer okay, here the what we need to do in the sense, okay, like user should get to notify that they are like able to send the notification one time, that OTP one time. So for that reason, timer time left, okay, not this one, time left, time display dot text text content is equal to uh, you can resend the OTP now. I think this is fine. And then later, that what you need to do, that button need to be, I need to make it as false. By default, I have made it as true. I need to make it as false. Now in this condition, okay, save. And then next, what we can do in the sense, we will add now already the half many more than half of the thing we have completed. Now just that set interval, the timer I need to keep for the 1 second. And apart from that, uh, okay, that OTP also we need to generate. That yesterday I have written that same line I will write once again here. Now inside this if condition, okay, we will see later that if anything is missing, then we can write directly later. Now after every thousand, like 1 second, it should be cleared. Okay, and then here the next thing what we need to do in the sense, like I told you, like whenever the user is clicking on the OTP, that OTP like it should generate and it should display inside the console. So for that reason, what I will do, let OTP is equal to, yesterday I think I had told you how to use this one, math dot floor, of math dot random, and then I will generate and into 9,000. Okay, and before that we need to make it as plus 1,000 so that it should not be based in the point wise. Okay, 1,000 plus math dot floor of 9,000. Then okay, then it will be working fine, I think so. Console dot log OTP, and then I need to call these functions inside the like it is getting failed, right? So in that one we need to call that functions. Now start timer and stop time, both the things I need to write. Okay, one thing we have written, start okay, start timer. Okay, in this one whenever the initially what is going to happen, okay, I will keep it the same thing. Why? Because I am just added the only one inside the single function. I have added the all the contents. Okay, we will go to the browser and we will check there, is it working or not. Okay, I will refresh and okay, inside this enter OTP, that's fine. Send OTP. Okay, now you can see 3818, one of the OTP has been generated. Now we will wait for 30 seconds, and then after the 30 seconds we will see like this disabled button will be become as false. Then what will happen there? Then that button will be become green color. Okay, in that CSS I have written the CSS also. Once you can just go to that previous, like not previous video, just go back and check there. Okay, now you can resend the OTP. That's fine. Okay, here I think, yeah, one line we have missed here. Okay, in this one we need to change this one of the line. What we are missing in this line in the sense, based true, right? Okay, here also we have made it as true, that we need to make it as false actually. Okay, now add event listener. Okay, I have made undo, I think so. Copy and then paste. I am using the same functions inside this one. I'll just refresh and then I will click on this send OTP. Now it's generating the OTP. Now after this sending this OTP, I will explain once again this code how it is working, and for both the buttons I'm using the same function. Okay, that means clicking on at the initial time, that is the, it's a disabled, that's fine. But later it is using the same function. Okay, that means whenever the timer is running inside that one, so at that moment this downside button is not it's not able to press. Okay, you can see if I click on this recent, what's happening, it has generated one another OTP, but inside this one recent OTP, once again it has been disabled, and it's taking time to read. Now we will go back to the VS Code and we will clearly learn that what it's. So how this function is working and the process is working, I will explain you now. So the first thing that you can see inside the HTML, that what we have did in this one, that we have just extracted the HTML part, that's it. Okay, the first thing. And the second thing, we have created one variable at as a countdown. Okay, now, okay, up to now there is no logic, we have just created one variable, that's it. And apart from that one, we have just extracted the document.getInVid. Okay, now I'm going to add the add event listener. Okay, I'm going to add the add event listener to this first and second thing, to this send and resend OTP. And this both the functions this add event listeners are calling the same function. Okay, this both are calling the same function. Now inside this same function, now the what is happening here, the function is going to be called only when the button is getting clicked. At the initial moment, you can see here nothing is there. Whenever I'm going to click on this button, the function is getting called. So now the recent OTP button has been started, the timer has been started. So how it is working? I just divided inside the four parts so that you should understand easily. Now in this first one, what we have did, we have created the time left. Okay, the time left is 30 seconds, and the button is by default it should be disabled. It should be it should be able to click only when the this process has been completed and the user haven't got the OTP at that moment. We should use this button as okay, we can make it as later false so that user click on that button. Now apart from that one, what we can do here, the timer left that we are displaying from the HTML, that this is the simple part, you know already how to use. Now you will ask me why I'm using the clear interval at the initial moment, but there is no intervals are running outside the part, right? See here, there are no intervals are running at the initial time. So if I remove this one and if I save, okay, if I remove this one and if I save, then what will happen, I will show you now. Okay, we will come back to the browser and I'll click on this send OTP. Now I will wait for 5 seconds and then later what I will do, we'll click on this once again, this send OTP. Now see here, 29 a something, see here, both the intervals are running at the same time. So this is the what the conflicts will happen, so that if you want to stop the unnecessary renderings, like unnecessary intervals, if you want to stop, so for that reason we need to write like this. Now if I come here and if I click on this one, send OTP, send OTP once again, so then what will happen, it will clear the interval and once again it is going to start that interval. So this is the use case of using this interval outside the part. Now here up to this one we have learned how to use, and this one you know already how to generate a OTP, that's it. And here what we have did, we have created the set interval. Okay, this set interval that is running at the every 1 second, and this every 1 second what it is going to happen, it is going to be decrementing this time left. Okay, it is going to decrement this time left, and the second part what it's happening, the recent OTP, this one, okay, you can resend the OTP, this the same line, after the this particular span of time you can resend the OTP once again. Okay, up to this one, you know. Now in this part, this should be only if condition is possible when the time left is 0 and it is okay, here you can resend the OTP. Now that means whenever you can see now this OTP has been completed. This 30 seconds has been completed. So that means this recent OTP is now has from disable has been uh, true previously, but now it has become false. So that means this if block is currently running there. Now that means that zero greater than zero at the time what the time left. Okay, inside this time left what it was 30, right? So 30 is I'm checking the condition and the other thing, and when it comes to this part I'm clearing the interval and I'm changing the contents. So that's it. So here we have create by this code I have just made into four pieces so that you can easily understand. So step one is this one, the step two, step three, and this one is the step four. That's it. So this is one of the simple example I have shown you of the OTP. You can add this one inside your projects so that it will be highlighted for the uh, interviewer or else for their college projects, whatever that may be. Okay, thanks for watching the video.